Today we're going to be making a shoebox party favor. Now I'm going to be doing another video on how to make the shoebox party favor for Easter, but I'm going to do it for as a typical if we're doing a sneaker thing. So we're going to be doing black. Now the SVG template that I created is on my website. You can go to SVG Craft Studio to go grab your template for the shoebox. So you will need 12 by 12 sheet of paper for this. Now I have some extra paper, extra cardstock that I had for us to cut this out, and these are really cute. You can put a lot of things on here, and these are really easy to put together. So this is a 80-pound weight cardstock. I suggest getting something that's not flimsy, like 65-pound weight, but to put it together so it can hold all your treats and everything. So now we are going to take our second piece. So we have a top piece and we have a bottom piece. So it's two pieces to this. And this party favor will be a 5 1/4 by 2 inches. Now I probably could have did the pressure on this cardstock a little more, but I can cut all this out. And guys, sometimes this happens. I underestimated. I either A, need to change my blade and being lazy about that, or underestimated the paper. But we are not going to let things go to waste here, because I'm just going to cut around the edges. Now this is far as for the purpose of the video, but if I was doing a customer, just test out first on the thickness of the paper. So Cricut's not like or Silhouette's not like a car, gives you a check engine and lets you know, hey, it's time to change the blade, but you will know when it's time to change the blade, because it will tell you how it tells you how it's changed the blade or changed the setting, the pressure setting is your stuff won't cut out right, and you will know. And with experience, you will say, hey, when I'm using this type of paper, I need to use this setting. Very easy. That's how it tells you. That's how you learn. Practice makes perfect. Anyway, so we got our two pieces, and this is I don't like any in here, but you see, far as with these score lines. You see, with these score lines, I was very intentional as far as creating this, because it's one thing not to know where to score lines and see. And I am using, on this one, I'm using my Cricut Explorer 2. So, you know, they don't have that. So I'm using, as far as the scoring tool here that comes with it. And it gave a good score mark. So I like that. Now, one thing I already know, being that I didn't apply my pressure on there that much because of how it cut out, I am just going to just use this little folding tool. You don't have to, because the score lines, but take your time. This is what I do first before I assemble SVGs with score lines. I like to just already sort of pre-put it together. So I fold along the score lines, so making sure I have everything. That's what I like to do, so when it comes together, it's all nice and neat. And take your time. It's almost like learning where the paper folds, where things go. And that's what I like to do with this. And I know a lot of times people get stuck on, oh, I want something bigger. But you know what? These 5-inch ones, these are perfect favors. I mean, and the shoebox party favor, you can use for many things. I mean, if you can tell me a theme you can't use this for as a giveaway to put something in, let me know. Put it in the comments. I mean, I'm even saying even for memorial things, you can put things in here. It is so many, like, this ways you can decorate this, even for weddings. I mean, they're so versatile. And see, I'm just bending on the score lines. And that's important. I wanted to make sure with my file that the score lines were very prominent because you want to make sure they fold right. There you go. And basically what I like to do is as I already know, because once you get into assembling, and if you're doing a lot of these, you really want to know where things are. And that looks good. I'm happy with it. Now, this is a tip. This is just my tip, especially if you are starting, because we're going to have to assemble this, and I'm going to be using double-sided Forest tape. You can use glue if you want, but I like to, especially if you're new to this, I would just like the sides that need to be like glue on. I take my little pencil, a little light mark. No one's going to see this. It's going to be hidden, as you can see, so I know what side to put my adhesive glue on and everything. So that's key. So here, that works, that works, that works, that works, because this is top, side, and this is going to be my bottom. So I got this one together. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, and then on here. So then let's go in here. That's why I like to pre-assemble it, so you know where the glue and everything go. So say you just start putting this together, not paying attention, you could put the glue on the wrong side, and you're wasting your product. You're wasting your paper, you're wasting your time, and so I don't like this. Plus also you see where things go. So it's just a suggestion. I don't do this because once I start moving, but this is a tip as far as just crafting on here. And I know that's going down, and this here, and this here. And I like that. So once you start moving, you can go. And down, I can see it. Now I have my Advanced tape glider that I'll be using. And I know this is a pain for a lot of people, but this thing is really good once you get used to it. Just take small and pull. And see, because I know what side. Now, I know some people like to use glue. I'm not using it. I like the double-sided tape. If you don't like the Advanced tape roller, they have other ones that you can use. So, this is key here. So, that's why the scoring lines line everything up. And fold here. Line everything up. Line everything up. Line everything up. And the end. And this is one of my favorite tools to use, is the bone folder. It lays everything down. So we have our top already together because our top has to go to our bottom. So that's all that I would put together on there. So let's start with our bottom. So before we attach it to our top. So let's work on the pieces that only the bottom together first. And see, this is where it takes some place. So you know, it's nothing like starting this and you are putting adhesive on the wrong side. It's a frustrating thing to do. Okay, and actually, I like more. And you can always clean up any adhesive on it. And I don't like putting it too close to it, because this stuff is actually, it is pretty strong. So then hold this like flat, take your time. And that's why when you see people boxes, there. So then here, fold it. And then, and I should have done this side, but let me do this real quick. Just still be careful with it. Even though this is 80-pound cardstock, it is still a form of paper. So what I like about this, so this one here, and then I put that down. There you go. Now, this is, I'm going to put a little bit more adhesive on this. And that's why it's best to do this like up front and with glue and stuff. This is where you get it. If it's done right, then you don't have to work with it. So, and this is still sticky, so I don't have to worry about that. So this is one of the key parts that I'm always talking about. So this is going to be my piece that's going to insert here, and these are my sides. So then this can flap down. So again, this is my piece that slides down. These are two side, and we're going to insert. So I try to line it up, and basically even before, just think about it. So you see here, you see here, line it up, like sliding it in, and it's the same thing. So you're sliding it in, because I want to show it better, because this here, you can hold it. So this here, you can hold it. And line it up. So you're lining it up here, and line up your sides. And if you do not line up your sides, you're going to have a box that's off. And you only have so much time to put this together. So line it up, line it up, line it up, line it up. Now, take your boning tool, and you are now laying down those flats, because you could move this around with the adhesive, but once you start taking the boning folder and pushing everything down, the tabs down, you're sticking that glue to the paper, and that's going to be more difficult if you made mistakes to remove it. So that's why I wanted to show you, you can move it around as you're trying to line it up, because I know sometimes, you know, it's not like first time a charm. So then here you close, and we have our shoebox. Now with this, now we have our shoebox. So now we are going to take our label that comes with this sneaker template. You can design it, edit it however you want. And I am putting it from here to here. And now we have us a shoebox party favor. You can put them on both ends, but I choose not to. And look, you can put all your treats in here. And I think this holds plenty. Close this up, decorate it however you want. And there you go. Done.